And good evening, everyone. This is Dark Display Puppet Kicker Mike Summers, and I am here for the second episode of the Murder Girl podcast, Subjects Welcomed, with the Murder Girl herself, Jennifer.
Hi there, everyone. It's Jennifer Johnson Brown, your friendly neighborhood murder girl here. I'm so excited to be here with you guys again, and this is going to be so much fun this evening.
Indeed, it is. We are going to be a lot more consistent. Tonight, we're going to be going over plans that we have for future productions and also just a couple of events that we are looking into. And of course, I am behind my own text here. That is really easy to fix. Let me fix that right quick.
Well, I guess you could say the words on your face.
Indeed. I'm like have digital egg on my face. Okay, there we go. She's behind me now. But yes, we're going to go over a couple of productions of which we've recently seen. We also going to go over productions that we have in the future, our plans and goals. And we're going to start off, not necessarily with the topic of tonight, which is what a card party is. But we wanted to start off with somewhat of a somber announcement.
Yeah, so I first of all want to apologize to everyone that there is such a gap in between episode 1 and episode 2 here. Recently, 2 days ago now, my grandmother passed away, my granny, and it was kind of a long road, but she's in a better place. For those of you who are Christians, she believed in heaven and everything, so I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. She was 92. Her name was Georgia. She's kind of like the guiding light in my life. And even on my wedding day, well, actually it was my second wedding day on my first marriage, because long story short, we couldn't get married the way we wanted to when we first got married because of COVID. And then we were able to have our actual legit wedding celebration a year later on my 40th birthday. So I did a dance with my granny, and it was called to the song Georgia on My Mind, again, because that's her name, Georgia. And that's her right there. Sweetest lady you've ever met. That is me when I was 3 years old sitting on my granny's lap, and then that's me and her together. So my wedding, that's one of those fun pictures that you could take and do. And so I love Star Wars, obviously, and we were celebrating Star Wars Day, and my granny and I made lightsabers, and she thought it was the funniest thing, and she actually used her lightsaber all the time in her apartment. She's like, "It's my long flashlight." And that's us back in 2020 when she was still living at home. So she was a beautiful lady. She was terrible at art, but she really wasn't. She always said she was. She wasn't. My husband and I, we did this holiday walk of hope. We created that massive light display that you saw there behind it. And it was a fundraiser that we did for the Alzheimer's Association at the retirement community that I used to work for. And we ended up actually raising about $10,000 for the Alzheimer's Association, which was really cool. And it was really fun to be a part of. And that was one of the things, getting to work in the retirement community that my granny was living in was something that she was super proud of. And she always came to every single activity that I had, because she did not want me to not have a successful job. So she literally came to everything, even when she didn't feel like it. But she did. And she was always, just the nicest, sweetest, kindest, lovingest, caringest lady you probably ever met. And I'm just honored to get to have her. She loved a good story. I guess that's where we all get it from, especially my Uncle Marty. He can jabber on like a magpie, and it's so funny. But Granny would always tell the story of when I was a little girl. I'll never forget it. I hate that I never recorded her telling this story, because when she told this story about me, her face would just light up and her eyes would just sparkle, and you could just see her laughing like throughout her entire body telling this story. And I don't really remember what happened. I guess I was about 4 years old. And she told me I'd done something and I got in trouble, and we had this piano in our house. And she said that I went and I got down at the piano because I was Mozart, let's be honest. And I sat there and I went, dun, 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 dun. I hate my granny. Dun, 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 dun. I hate my granny. Dun, 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 dun. I hate my granny. And she said she poked her head around the corner and just sat and laughed at my 4-year-old self sitting there because I got in trouble. And let's be real honest, I probably stuck my finger in the icing bowl. And my granny, she decorated cakes and stuff. And I probably stuck my finger in the icing bowl for like the billionth time and got in trouble for it. So that's probably why I did that. One time when I was, I guess I was like 7 or 8 maybe, and I like to walk through the house and stick my finger in the icing bowl. And one time she got so mad at me for doing it, but she was done with the cake, but she took the icing bowl and flipped it and turned it on my head. And then whacked it with the spoon. And then I just peeked out from under the bowl and said, "Can I have some more?" She get out of here. I had icing all in my hair. My granny was a character. A good one, a kind one. Always looking out for everybody. All the time. Took care of everybody. And it was really nice to get to be there with her in the end. Because that's what my family does. I don't know, it's normal to me, but I've been told it's weird. But in my family, when somebody is passing, unless it's, suddenly, we're all there. Like the whole family, not just one or two of us, but like the whole family is there. And it's just part of it. And I know there's like people out there and stuff that would kill for that, and I wish I could share that with everyone, but I can't. But I can tell you, it's amazing. We all gathered there. We were at my granny's hospital room because she was on the skilled nursing unit in our local hospital, and it was nice. We all sat around and told stories, all different kinds of stories, and it was a lot of fun. I know that sounds crazy that you would say that sitting around someone's deathbed is fun, but when you got a family like mine, and I know I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed to have them, you appreciate those times, and I guess I kind of take them for granted because not very many people get to have them. My husband was there, and his family is not like mine. They did not do that, so when his mama passed, she passed away back before Thanksgiving, and I was going to the hospice home where she was at every day because in my world, you don't let somebody who's dying that you love sit there by themselves. You talk to them just like they're anybody else, and that's what I did. So when we were sitting there at my granny's deathbed and for 3 or 4 days, and we're all sitting there and talking and chatting and eating meals, because we do that. Mark was like, "That was the weirdest, most awkward thing." And I'm like, "Really? That's just normal to me. I mean, that's what we do. It's our family. That's what we do." Because meal times are special. Like, I came from that time where families sat around the table and they talked, and my big old family got together a lot. We used to have cookouts all the time, chicken stews. We were always at one another's houses. I mean, I mentioned on episode 1 that we all lived really close together. I mean, we did. And a lot of them still do, but it's just amazing to see. And then just to be there when she finally did pass, and it was peaceful and it was calm, and it was just exactly what I think my granny would have wanted. And now we're going to, because we have snow coming, and I don't know that we're actually going to have snow, but we actually decided to hold my grandmother's funeral on February the 2nd. So Groundhog's Day. And I think if she was here and could tell us, I think she would say that's probably the funniest thing she ever heard. What, you expected me to rise up for you to see my shadow? I absolutely can imagine my granny saying that to me. And to anybody really, but so yeah. I love you, Granny. Gonna miss you every day. I love you always. Okay, I gotta have water or I'm gonna start crying and my makeup is not waterproof.
It's understandable. It was really heartful. It was really beautiful.
Thanks. Really do love my granny.
And not many people are able to spend time with their loved ones when they're going. The people that are able to say, oh, well, it's a very common thing. I'm happy that it's a common thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not to make this about me at all. I love my family. We're not exactly the healthiest. I don't think many of us are going to live too long. Many of us are going to have very wacky, very silly deaths. And we will be alone when that happens. It's kind of the joking demeanor that we have, but I'm glad that you were able to see her on her final days.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And your family as well.
Thank you.
So with that, guys, we are a talk show, podcast show, and we're going to flip the mood like a pancake. And I know that's
Yeah,
gonna be
popcorn.
very sudden. Like, we want to respect and honor those who have passed. But with that, next thing we have here is a popcorn segment that we'd like to introduce, and I would like to simply call this popcorn content.
Popcorn content.
Popcorn content, yes. And this is
next time we must pop popcorn for this section of the podcast.
Yes.
He makes really great popcorn, just so you guys know.
Yes, and basically popcorn content is going to consist of us going to local theaters, watching local plays, be it community theater or paid theater, and giving you our own ratings on how we think the plays went, whether it was good or bad, whether you should go see it, whether you shouldn't go see it, and finally, where you can go and audition, and where these places are that you can go and become a part of the community. Because the whole point of this podcast is not just to advertise our mediums and her plays, but also to advertise the acting community. There are just so many people that want to get inside of this community who have no clue where to even start.
Yeah, absolutely there are. And especially in our area where we live in the greater Winston-Salem and Greensboro area, there are so many community theaters and artistic outlets that people can go to and be a part of that every time I turn around, I feel like there's a new one that I'm learning about and want to be involved with. And it's like, well, shoot fire. When do I have the time?
Exactly. And again, if you guys want to get into it, well, one, you will find the time, but also here are the places that you can go. Mm-hmm. And we only have 2 theaters tonight because we saw 2 different plays. I saw one play, and then I saw another play in Greensboro. So the first play that we're going to talk about is one that I personally saw in Winston-Salem, and it was Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? And it features, I'm going to call him a friend. He probably doesn't consider me a friend, but I think he's a friend. I think he's a cool guy. I like this guy.
He would call you a friend.
All right, but I want to shout out my friend James and his production company for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I'm going to make sure that I've got the right one here because we got a 2. Yep, and of course that's the wrong one. There we go. So with that, I wanted to give a shout out to, first off, Neil Jester Photography for taking the films or the pictures that you see here on the screen with James in the background there.
That's James.
Yeah, great looking
guy.
Hey,
James.
There. Hi, James. And it was for Who's Afraid of the Virginia Woolf. And yes, unfortunately, this play already happened. We were going to be a little bit better on this. Again, production was kind of slowed down, but it already happened. It was a really, really good production. As for the characters, Martha was played by Christine Gorlick. Hello, everyone. Editing darkness here. I wanted to say that Christina Gorlick was amazing in this play, too. And in the original cut, I didn't really mention that, so I just wanted to take this small moment, this brief cut, to mention that this was a tight 4-person play, okay, with 4 extremely dynamic characters. No one was pigeonholed whatsoever. Christina Gorlick didn't miss a single beat. In my opinion, she wasn't really designed to be the funny character. She was dark, brooding, and I would even say daringly sexy at times. The emotions which I felt watching this character were appropriate and some were inappropriate, but at the end, I was constantly on my seat on the edge of my seat whenever she was on stage. The tension that I felt was like a constant trampoline cord just constantly being pulled into an eventual release. And man, the release was dramatic, to say the least. But I just want to let you know that even though I didn't really mention that in the original cut, that I thought her character was astounding, a lot of fun to see. And if she was in another play that I happen to know of, I would go purely just to see that ensemble and to see her in particular, because it was just so much fun watching her be the ebbs and flows of this play. So with that, we're going to cut back to our originally scheduled broadcasting, and I wanted to make sure that Christina Gorlick, her character that she played in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, was properly acknowledged as well. George was played by Brian Joyce, and he really, really, really carried that play. I think he had the most dialogue there. I had a very, very broad character range. Was very, very funny, exceedingly funny in my opinion. And I enjoyed every moment that he was on stage, even the tension and tight moments. I was utterly engrossed and encapsulated. Now, as for Nick was played by James Crow. And,
Hey, James!
And I hope I said that right. Did I say
Crow.
Crow. My apologies, buddy.
At least I
James
think
Crow.
that's right. Listen, he's been my friend for years now, and I may have said his name wrong.
He was a lot of fun.
Lord.
Yeah, Crow. My bad. He was a lot of fun to watch. He was a lot of fun to watch. He was very, very... He was like a straight man throughout the play at times. A little bit whimsical in the sense that he was a willing bystander of what was happening. And then unfortunately, because I don't want to spoil it, he became a victim of the folly of the family, of the two people you see on screen right now. And it was a lot of fun just watching him go through the motions. I've worked with him several times, and I always think that he is way better than any part he's ever cast for. Like personally.
Oh, I don't know. I think I cast him pretty dang good in the vampires.
I'm not. I'm not. All I'm saying is like I've seen him in 2 roles, and he's the guy I was like, holy shit, I really want to act. Yeah.
He's really good. I haven't seen James do anything that was bad, and he's actually a really good director too.
I would have brought you with me. It was a good time. It was a good time. And I forget the name of the theater, but you know it.
It's Camel City Playhouse. It's in downtown Winston-Salem.
So if you guys want to get
small
into...
theater, but it's so much fun. They do a lot of good stuff.
Right, and it's a little hidden too. It was hard to find.
Well, actually, it used to be called the Garage, and before that, it was actually a garage where people had their vehicles worked on, and then it became the bar, the Garage. I went and saw many a band play there, and then it transitioned into Camel City Playhouse, and it's such a diverse little space, and they do amazing things to be such a small theater. I think they might seat 40 people at most, and it's such a great intimate theatrical space.
It's definitely a unique experience. So if you guys definitely want to go out and you want a soft cushion as you wrench and grab your heart and your pearls at what's happening on stage, this is the place to go. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf was definitely written in the past, to say the least. Like, or at least written for the past at a different time, and it goes over a lot of subjects that will be surprisingly topical today. But here, I will not forget the rest of the cast, because there was also another actress there who I really enjoyed the display of as well, and it was the wife character of James, or Nick in this case, and her name was Honey. And I'm a theater idiot. I'm a theater idiot because throughout the play, I've already told her, throughout the play, Nick, the character Nick, who's played by James, would look at his wife and say, well, you know, honey, right? You know, honey, this is that. And you know, honey, this is actually that. And I'm just like, why does he keep demeaning her? Like, maybe she has something important to say. How about we listen to her? Right? And then, like, I got the playbill. It's like, oh, her name is Honey. I'm an asshole. Like, I have no media literacy whatsoever. I can't pick up the commas. But the plot of Virginia Woolf, or Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, long story short, is we have 2 main characters, which are Martha, again, which was played by Christine, and then George was played by Brian. They just got done. They all work for a college, or at least George works for the college. And
I haven't seen Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf in a long time. It's a classic.
And simply put, they come back from like a party of the staff there, right? And for some reason, Martha invites Nick and also Honey over to their house for a nightcap, if you will. Which when I first saw it, I was like, oh, they're all going to drink together or whatever, right? And yeah, we all know about me. Okay, we don't have to talk about the things that people know about me in person.
Listen, we're not explicit here. Calm down.
Okay. All I'm saying is, I thought they were inviting them over for a key bowl exchange. There you go. All
Oh
right.
God.
Not the case. Not the case. Like
I'm
just
going to have to explain that to people. You
yeah.
do realize that.
If you know, you
What
know.
does he mean by this?
If you know, if you know, you know. But simply put, they the husband and wife have had some type of conflict when it comes to their child. Because I really don't want to ruin it, but they have some type of conflict, and these poor bystanders, Nick, played by James, and Honey, played by Kaylee. And that's sorry, I didn't say her name right. Kaylee Galwick.
Kylie.
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 Kylie Galwick. Okay, it is
Kylie. Kylie Galwick.
Galwick. Okay, Kylie Galwick. Sorry, I can't read, guys. I need glasses. And unfortunately, James' character and Kylie's character are kind of stuck in between of this fight of this other couple, and it gets actually pretty heavy because each of the characters in the show either like their position in life or they don't like their position in life. For example, the main character George, who carries the play in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong. Sorry, Martha, Christine. They have a really, really good back and forth, really, really good back and forth dialogue. It's very, very funny. It can be very, very tension. There's clearly like a level of unsatisfaction in the marriage, to say the least. The wife character, Martha, wants George, Brian's character, to basically rise up in the history department or own the history department or be the top man in the history department. And he's just fine being where he is. And there's a lot of conflict there because her dad owns the entire college or something. So she's just like, oh, my father owns this entire college. I'm with you so that you can rise up. And there's a conflict there. Jeez, I don't want to spoil it here. I've gone on this segment too long.
All right, wrap it up there, pal. You're going to tell everybody how it ends.
If it ever comes back around, you guys should absolutely go see it. I will add one more thing, though.
Uh-oh.
There is a scene that I think is particularly funny. Funny for me because I'm just a terrible person. But there is a scene where each of the couples kind of get separated in their own section of the house. And a lot of questions about infidelity, loyalty, passion, desire, apathy, serenity, solidarity, all pop up. And my eyes were going dry. Yes, because I would not shut my eyes. Because to turn away would be to miss a vital moment in the plot, in the characters' interaction. So it was a lot of fun for me to go to that. And I just want to give you guys all to say, I loved your show. I cannot wait to see more. And I cannot wait to go back to the
Camel City Playhouse in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yes, it was a good time. And then the last shout out, which I'm going to let our host take care of, is
we went and saw recently, like literally last weekend, we went and saw this one. Oh, wait, it's up there on the screen. This is the playbill from it. We went and saw two of our wonderful friends who are also actresses with us in Power, Money, and Sex. ... Oh yeah, and love. It was written by a local playwright. Her name is Sally Kinka, and it was directed by Todd Fisher there, and they're part of the creative Greensboro collective. I would assume they're a collective because they encompass so many different things like the symphony, the chorus, and all this other things. But this was to me, I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was really great. And what was really cool about this in the end, we didn't even know this was going to be happening. We just picked a night to go see the show and went to see it. And at the end of the show, they did a talk back with the characters, with the audience, and the playwright was actually there. And I thought that was brilliant. But basically, this is a story set here in North Carolina about the Victorian era and how slavery came about and how rich white people came about and how they treated other people and the different dynamics that were in the different areas depending on your status. And you learn a lot of dark secrets about different people and how they react. And then you find out the crazy one wasn't really actually crazy, but she was playing crazy so she could get the things that she wanted to help the people that she needed.
But the audience misdirection was brilliant.
Oh, the audience misdirection was absolutely
very
brilliant.
Very well played. And again, this is community theater. You think that they wouldn't really have a budget and again, I am a noob here. I am no one. All right, I am no one.
I've been doing it since I was 8 years old, so I'm good.
I figured that community theater would be just, like a wooden cardboard stage and like barely any imagination and just poorly. they did way better than a
Mhm.
donation play, which we did donate. A donation play should have ever been.
Yeah,
Okay, this
it was spectacular, truly spectacular.
yeah, this could have literally been live streamed and would have
Mhm.
had thousands of viewers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was so good.
Something that was really different about this play that I absolutely found super fascinating was how the playwright, when she was writing it, she told us afterwards that she thought she wanted this to be a musical, but then she decided that she didn't want it to be a musical, and she took the songs that she had written, which she just had the lyrics for, and put them into spoken word poetry. So it was really cool that you all of a sudden had these really intense moments of spoken word poetry in this show, and these actors were just truly spectacular, going through and doing the rhythms and talking through them, and the different levels that they were able to do with spoken word. And I was like, good God, why haven't I ever seen a show like this before? Because it was truly amazing to see that. And I was really impressed. I love spoken word poetry. I'm actually part of the Spoken Word Society. We meet every the second Tuesday of every month in Mount Airy at the Mount Airy Museum of Regional History. So getting to see two forms of art that generally aren't put together in my world together, it was phenomenal. It was truly phenomenal. I just really loved it, and I hate it's over. Its last show is January the 18th, but if it comes around again, highly recommend it. Absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
go
No, in
see
fact,
it.
I wish, like personally, I wish I could have gotten to them because I would have brought my computer set down there and just live streamed it. Like I know that they have their own recording set, and I
Hmm.
would hope so. Anyone making something, I'm pretty sure that they've got their own professional guys.
Yeah.
But just if it was like live streamed, in my opinion, it would have done very, very well.
Hmm.
Now, there are some. Now I'm the guy for this. There are some criticisms I would love to give as a guy who's never produced a play ever, who's never written a play ever, who's never hired several actors to come together and build something for the display of others. And I say that because I can still, as a media goer, as a person who enjoys media, can look at something, have no experience in it, and still have an opinion on it. Because I that's the whole point, right? The art is to move some people. And even if there's some art that makes you feel good or bad ways, the point is art makes you feel something. So
Exactly.
the thing is, I love the production of the play. I love the costumes of the play. I loved the actions and the choreography of the play. I love the characters were all extremely interesting. I personally felt like the message of the play, which if it rolls around again, see for yourself. See for yourself. I absolutely would recommend anyone, and I do mean anyone, to go and see this play. Um, but the message for me of the play was a little on the nose, in the sense that basically the playwright was like, oh well, there's a mean subsection of certain people who didn't really care about the people around them, and I was drawing
The
attention to
uber
that.
wealthy.
Yes, to say like that's one of the degrees in which they want to point out. But again, I'm trying to be nice here, because I don't
I
want to.
know, I
Yeah,
know.
I don't want to like because look at this colorful cast, dude. They worked their ass off. I
They
don't want to
really
sully the
did. The
yeah.
one in the red is Rebecca, and the one in the gold that is Nicole.
Yeah, here, let me slow it down just for a little bit. It's going a little fast. Yeah, and I will always cheer off our team. There we go. But the message of the play, I think, and again, never wrote in a book. Never. I think it needs to be adjusted. I
I
think it needs to
don't.
be adjusted because one phrase that kept coming up, and correct me if I'm wrong here. And again, I want to work for these people in the future. I do.
You better tread lightly.
Yeah. No. Like, the thing is, if I have to tread lightly, then they're not the casting crew for me, and that's fine. I would rather speak.
I'm
Be freely.
joking. I'm
No,
joking.
but yes, but a phrase that kept coming up was it rich white people love?
Yes, rich white people love.
Rich white, yeah. It's like a phrase kept coming up, rich white people love, and I get it. It was kind of pointing at the fact that everyone except for a few characters were materialistic and doing what they needed to do to raise themselves up in life. Because I really don't want to give away the plot. We'll do that in future episodes. But they were an amalgamation of characters, some that were poor and could move up, and some that were poor and could not. And they had all had their individual struggles, and their struggle stories brought a tear to my eye. Really, like
Yeah.
it was, Like the way that Nicole, she's the one in the gold on the screen there, conveyed her struggle story was really heartfelt and sad. And when you think like, well, why would anyone do that? She gives you the reason why. You're like, that is freaking awful, and probably a thing that absolutely happened normally, and people looked the other way. But I personally feel as though just that phrase in particular, instead of not necessarily dancing around it, but just striding through the message that she wanted, it took me out of the film every time. It took me out of the play every time. Like I'd be engrossed, laughing, hearing people's backstories, and then that just random phrase, which in my opinion just felt so current day and topical, like ripped me out personally.
I think it was supposed to.
Maybe that was the playwright's total intention. But other than that, I loved it. I would go and see it again. I recommend people to go see it again. I like it so much. I'd love it to be displayed and broadcasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the production really was something incredible.
Absolutely.
The audience twist was damn good, but just that phrase in particular, it kind of struck me. I was just like, huh? Like it took me out. Maybe that was the point. But no, if it ever comes around again, I would absolutely recommend this. And again, who did it? Who are the characters? Because I don't think we shouted out their names.
We haven't shouted out their names yet.
Yeah.
I have them right here on our playbill.
Okay. And I'm going to slow it down even more so that they're on screen even longer.
So first we had Terry Power as Everett B. Thistlethwaite, Nicole Weintraub as Lily Luda Crumb Thistlethwaite, Jonah Mayer as Willie B. Worthy Wyndham Wainwright III. We had Brian Campus as Nathan Thomas. He was also their choreographer. He was mainly the only one that really danced. He did a really good job. I was very impressed. Wasn't that a barrel kick that he did where he did that whole hitchy thing and flipped over on the stage? It was really cool.
I can't think of it right now, but no, he was a lot of fun.
His character was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, very graceful.
And there was Melanie Matthews as Ivy Thompson and Chloe Akey as Dr. Bernstrom S. Masters, and Rebecca Stanifer as Lily Magnolia Pierce Thistlethwaite Wainwright. That is a mouthful.
Yes.
And as always, I love you, Rebecca, but you do make the perfect Lush. That's what I was telling you about on the first episode where I said I usually cast her as a Lush because she is really, really good at it. She's super funny. So
we were joking, by the way.
we were joking, but it's true. She has been a Lush a lot.
Has she been typecast? I think she's been typecast.
A little bit typecast. Well, she's a really great actress, and I adore her. But
she's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I did a production with her, small production, where we sung "Baby It's Cold Outside," and I was able to teach her an entire dance routine in a day.
Oh yeah, Rebecca's really good.
She was able to repeat in a day, so like a lot of fun. But yeah, we just wanted to give a quick shout out to our friends, give them a really good honor because I'm proud of all of them for
Absolutely
doing a variation of productions. But one last thing I'll say about this, and we'll absolutely move on, because I don't think I hit my point. The whole "rich white people love" statement to me, the reason why it rung strange to me, was like I said this during the meet and greet speak. It's like, oh, are you saying that like that it's hollow amongst that particular group of people? And no, she clarified. She was just like, oh, well, these people of particular status don't care about the people below them because there was a lot of tragedy that happened around the characters too, and all the characters trying to elevate themselves and become rich in the worst way did not care for the most part. So again, I think it's a great play. I've never written anything in my life. I'm just an audience member. I think some words can be tweaked, but hey, who am I, right? So is that soft? Is that fair?
I plead the fifth, but sure.
Okay, well, right. Well, so
I have to tell him I'm the PC one.
I'm not politically correct at all. I'm just gonna be real. There's a reason why her face is above my. There's a reason why. Okay, it's a thing called branding.
Well, it's because it's pretty.
Yes, but
it's plump and pretty.
But yeah,
and I look innocent.
And again, the play's already over. Final thoughts. I liked it. I recommend people go see it. Art makes you feel things. Art is not always comfortable.
Yes.
Art does not always feel good. Art is not always happy Disney ending. Sometimes art is harsh and dragging and wave of emotions and makes you think, and you should think. You should challenge yourself to think every day. But that's I recommend it. And this one, where is this? This one can be seen at?
This is at Creative Greensboro, which was at I forget the name of the actual room it was in. It was in the Stephen D. Ayers theater, which is technically a black box theater. And if you don't know what a black box theater is, that means it's just a black box. It has a very small audience and it's very neutral. There's not usually a lot of sets and stuff that are in on it, but there was some really amazing lighting things in that. There was some really cool, wicked lighting effects that I literally said out loud in the show, I want to do that.
And another thing, I'll give it a compliment. And I hate to say this, but I have to give it a compliment. Normally, when you see period pieces involving servitude, indentured servitude, or slaves or any of that, it's really hand-fisted.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hand-fisted, and it's really like, this is the message we have to give because this is the message that we have to give. It didn't feel that way in the play. It felt very sincere. It felt like the way that people would truly speak. Like if I had to nitpick, the young kid character was unusually muscular. He was a stacked kid, dude.
I mean,
he was the most muscular servant I've ever seen. He was just like, but I still like this character. You know, what can I say? I'm not trying to be mean. I loved it. Like he was holding a violin in the court. He wanted to be a musician, right? He was a really noble character.
Yeah, he was a really great actor. I enjoyed everyone's performances, but he had some really great funny moments.
He did, and like he had these moments of vulnerability, right? And these moments of just being a son to his mother, and the whole time I'm thinking about his muscles.
I think that says more about you than his acting skills.
I'm as straight as the day is long. Okay, I am, but it was a good time, and I recommend it. Okay, we've gone on for this, like, let me see here, about I think 15 minutes, so we can move forward. It's just,
okay, move away from the man's muscles.
So next time, guys, we don't know what we're gonna see next, but next time that we do make a good episode, we're gonna be able to go see it and recommend that you go see it before the episode comes out. Mm-hmm. That way we can all go and get all these local plays, these local theaters. Not that they need our help at all, just more people. We get the times are hard, and we get that a lot of people don't always have time for recreational entertainment. But we always want to recommend that if you do have the time to experience the arts, and no matter what city that you're in, if it's a donation show or a paid show, and it's something that you're interested in, treat yourself. They did way more of the black box theater than I imagined that you could do with a black box theater.
Yes.
And Who's Afraid of the Virginia Wolf? And I saw that it was in a garage, but it was in a garage with theater-level comfy seats, recliners, food at the bar, decent sound system, wonderful lighting. Like, I'm seeing things entering the world of acting because I am new that I didn't think existed. I thought you just went to a theater, it had a 3-level rise with a band in the back. No, there are people doing things all over, and it doesn't look as official as you'd normally see on like YouTube or something.
And there's lots, like we said, there's lots of different places around, especially in our area, where you can go and audition. I know this coming Saturday, January 31st, the Winston-Salem Theater Alliance, which I generally call my home theater when I'm out actually getting to do some community theater work. They're having one of their mega auditions this coming Saturday. You can go on the Winston-Salem Theater Alliance website and find out all the information about all the different shows that they're auditioning. And if you can't make it to the show because we are supposedly having weather tonight, you can submit an video audition for them. There's a couple of other ones, the Creative Greensboro. They've got auditions coming up. I think their last one was today for Julius Caesar, which I would love to do some Shakespeare. So if anybody is out there that is looking to do a show, I know this is taboo, but I would love to do Macbeth, and I want to be Lady Macbeth.
Wait.
Yes.
I got to interlude here. I was working with an actor. I won't say who.
Yeah.
But they said never mention it Macbeth.
Yes, during a live theatrical performance, because it brings bad luck.
Go on.
But I want to do that show. I have always wanted to do that show, and I have never ever gotten the.
Well, don't leave the audience hanging here. Like I am the audience surrogate as well. Please, like, give me, like, are we talking literal breaking legs here? Are we talking like headlights falling down?
Oh yeah. There's witches in that one. Have you ever heard the double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble? That is from Macbeth. Those were William Shakespeare's words. And it is about this king who goes through all his things and his armies and fights and has issues with the lady of the house, Lady Macbeth, and she ends up killing somebody, and she's standing there and she's in this tragic moment and she's can't get the blood off her hands, and she's washing them over and over again, and she says, "Out! Damn spot!" It's my favorite.
All right.
Saying.
So with that,
There's other audition things you can go
if
to.
there's
Moving
any
on.
auditioning for Macbeth.
I would love to do that. So anybody, North Carolina Shakespeare Association, anybody, Lady Macbeth, please. I will dye my hair even redder than it is.
This is going to be fun to edit. I can already tell. This is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare to edit. Okay.
Sorry. This audition's already passed, which I hate. I missed it. But it was for Encanto. It's a oh, that's not the right one. Hang on.
Well, again, in the future, guys, we guarantee we're gonna be able to tell you what auditions are happening where you can go to see them. We'll leave all the information. And why are we doing this?
Because we love to support local.
We just love to support locals. We want to work with them. We want to work beside them, and we want to just make sure that if you have been thinking about going into theater but you have no clue how, this is how.
Yeah, exactly.
You just start. Go and bomb your audition. You tried.
Exactly.
Okay? You tried. Okay, and by the way, since we are at the 39-minute mark, hi there. If you're just now tuning in, my name is Darkness Play Puppy Kicker Mike Summers, and I'm currently here with...
Hi there, I'm Jennifer Johnson Brown, your friendly neighborhood murder girl.
And we wanted to let you know that this podcast is sponsored by no one.
No one!
Yep, if you happen to have a product like Factor 75, or if you happen to have any products that you'd like to advertise and have a vast majority of an audience see it, we are fairly healthy people here. We thoroughly research the product.
I mean, he's healthy.
Yeah.
I'm fluffy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, we're thoroughly healthy here in the sense that we actually try the products, and we'll support any product that we actually believe in. So if you are out there and you'd like to advertise your product on our platform, by all means, feel free to reach out to us in the DMs of this particular video of wherever you are seeing. We'll be more than happy to make sure that if we believe in your product, that it does get to the masses and we do advertise it. Now,
so that goes out to you, vooglam.com. I love your glasses. I would love.
Actually, I can get a close up of this one. I improved the system, so we can actually do enlarges now. Hold on a second. There we go.
There I am. See, look. Oh, these are my glasses. Are my favorite pair. I have like 6 different pairs of glasses from vooglam.com. Vooglam, if you're listening.
Okay,
or Wear Light. I'll do Wear Light too. I like their glasses as well.
All right, so but with that, we'll be doing that every episode too, just letting you know that we are either sponsored or we're not sponsored. And again, we're all about theater. So we like to be a little lighthearted here because at the end of the day, we know that everyone works hard on their stuff.
Exactly.
We believe that a little constructive criticism can be entertaining and enlightening. At the end of the day, we simply want to make productions too and make our stuff as good as well. Speaking of our stuff, so next, would you like to go into...
He's scrolling through our little agenda because this way we know what we're talking about.
So, would you like to go through what you currently study and how you got there?
Oh, sure. Well, when I first went off to college, I was a music major. I was a vocal performance major, and yes, I can sing. I can sing, as people would say, and my mom ended up actually getting sick, and I ended up having like a major 20-year-old life crisis, thinking, I'm never going to make it as a singer. I've got to do something else. So I changed my major to emergency medical care, grossed myself out, failed out of college, and moved back home to good old Mayberry. And when I did that, because I live with my granny, she said, well, if you're going to live in this house, you're going to go to school. You're going to get yourself an education. I said, oh, yes, ma'am, because that's what you did. You said, yes, ma'am, to granny. Well, I went to our local community college where I did graduate from Surrey Community College, and I thought this was the funniest and weirdest thing I'd ever had. My guidance counselor, I guess, at the time, was like, well, Jennifer, we don't have any theater or art or music classes. But we have choir, but it doesn't count as a credit. I was like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Because by then I had pretty much had all of my introductory courses, my gen ed courses. And he's like, well, what kind of TV shows do you like to watch? I was like, well, what does that have to do with the price of beans in China? I was like, well, I like to watch Law and Order. And he goes, oh, wonderful. We'll let you try a couple of classes in criminal justice and a couple of classes in paralegal and just see what you like best. And you can stick with that. I was like, okay. In the long run, I stuck with criminal justice and I actually really enjoyed it a lot. And I was really, really good at it. Especially when it came to crime scene work, I was able to find the details and things that a lot of people miss. Um, and I stuck with it more because it was easy. And I was able to get a minor in psychology because there's a lot of psychology classes that go along with criminal justice. So that's it. I went from being a music major to a criminal justice major. Top of my class and everything.
And now she writes murder mysteries.
I do. And I actually really love it. I never actually thought I would write murder mysteries for a living. I thought if I was ever going to do anything being in the world of criminal justice, it would have been like, oh, I'd have been a cop or I'd have been a detective or a 911 operator, which I will tell you is not the job for me. I did it for 3 years. God bless dispatchers. And that is the truth. If y'all don't get mad at them when you dial 911, because these people are your first responders. They're the first ones on the scene. If your baby's coming, if you're having a heart attack or somebody's breaking into your house, they're the ones that you're going to talk to first. Bless them. Be patient with them. Give them the information they need because these people are truly amazing. I know I'm an amazing person, but after 3 years, I could not. That the stress levels that dispatchers go through and all the information and all the balls that they're juggling to do that job. Hands down, the hardest job I've ever done in my life. And I have been a housekeeper before. I would be a housekeeper and unplug toilets again before I go back to being a dispatcher because I'm telling you, good God, that was a stressful job. It takes a very special person to do that job.
Yes. We need and I say this in the best way, our autistics and logistics and also more math-oriented people to do that. I mean, it takes a caring soul, but sometimes you gotta turn off that emotion and be able to respond immediately.
Yeah.
So,
It's...
But you were able to transform that into, again, a lucrative career.
I have.
Yeah, in the macabre.
Of course. I mean, because look at me. I'm this little dark bubble of joy.
So we are starting to, well, yes. We are starting to get to
I was waiting for the confirmation. It's like, all right, come on, cater to my ego here.
I would say that you are. I agree. But so with that, we are getting close to our 15 minutes from the hour-long mark here. And hey, we have so much to talk about. Now, we might have to chop this off. Maybe not. But
well, we could do episode 2.2.
I think so.
Or 2.1 and 2.2.
Before we go into episode 2.1 or 2.2, would you like to either go into our future shows that are coming up, or would you like to go into what a card party is, or can we save that?
I think we should save the card party because it's going to take some explaining. It's going to take some explaining, Lucy, to be able to do that. But I'll talk about our next shows, which is, it's really cool. So we have several different shows that are coming up. On February the 6th, we are doing our... dinner date ... with death. It is an actor show that we'll be doing at Incendiary Brewing in Louisville, North Carolina. Tickets are on sale on my website. On February the 9th for Murderous Mondays, we'll be heading to Incendiary Brewing in Winston, in downtown Winston on Patterson Avenue, where we will be doing Till Death Do We Part, which is a card party. And again, I'll explain all that later. And they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun for those. The audience plays the characters for those, just so you know. And then on February the 13th, which is Friday the 13th, if you are in Greensboro, and get in touch with All Saints Episcopal Church. We're doing a fundraiser for them. We're also going to be doing an actor version of Till Death Do We Part, with the amazing seniors there at their church. They're a great group of people. I'm so excited to work with them. And then on February the 14th, we'll be doing dinner date ... with death at Mars Theater Brewing in Mars Hill, North Carolina. It's going to be a lot of fun. So get your tickets now. Come on. It's worth it. Do you want to do something different for Valentine's? take your sweetheart or your galentines, your best friends, come on down and see a show. We will have a lot of fun, and I promise you will laugh. And maybe one of you will die.
And even better, again, ladies, if you can cook, men, if even you can cook, you want to show your partner what you're really made of and what they are, well, I'd say you are utterly capable of. If they step out of line, by all means, this show will be a perfect metaphor for the powers that be. So, but by all means, guys, now's a great time to get your tickets if you happen to have the time. Best to do it in advance. You can have it as a Valentine's Day gift or an early gift. You can have it as a joke between your boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, any combination, doesn't matter. But if you want to basically laugh, be on a dinner date, talk show type of deal, and also just engage with the actors as well. You know, do something a little special. Bring yourself into a unique situation because, again, these theaters are all different sizes and shapes. Get a beer, enjoy some food, laugh, socialize, meet other well-adjusted Okay, I'm not even gonna say well-adjusted couples. Just,
I mean, you never know. You can't judge a couple by their cover.
I don't know. I think to be in a committed relationship with somebody, to some extent, you've got to be a little not adjusted. The other person balances you out. And that's a beautiful, non-pessimistic way of thinking about it.
Okay.
Okay, do you ever see, like, off topic, 30 seconds, and I guarantee it'll be 30 seconds of counting.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Do you ever see those, like, parody shows or whatever, where a guy comes like, Jane, I'm home. Hello, sweetie. Right? I'm so happy that I'm back. How are you? Today was well, darling. Today was wonderful. I did all the chores and all the stuff, and I'm ready to stay home with you. Like, no, these are people that have had cranky, bad days, and they come home and they just want the release of their partner, you know, and I feel like that a normal person would just be fine. And not, I think it takes two unwell-adjusted people to become a couple and then become unwell-adjusted together. I know this is a terrible way to look at it. There's a reason why I'm single.
I was going to say, there is a reason why you're single.
Yes.
Last time you were talking about getting the ring before you got the girl, and now you're talking about being an unadjusted couple. No. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Okay.
I'm sensing a problem here.
All joking aside, doesn't matter what flag you wave, what type of person you are, we would love to have you. We have these very, very unique theaters, these very, very unique experiences. And if you can cook or enjoy dinner talk shows or just enjoy audience engagement, then we are going to love to have you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll be gentle when I kill you.
Fair enough, yes. Oh, and let's see, what else do we have here? Since we're going to be going over card parties in the future, guys, because we're getting around to that time. Let's see here.
We're going to add some other things into our show, too, but not just, like we were doing the little segment about reviewing different theatrical and art shows and things that are around in our area, but we're also going to get into a little bit of some history, because everybody loves a little bit of true crime, and there's one you people aren't going to realize. Everyone, when I say Mayberry, if you know anything about Andy Griffith, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the Andy Griffith Show there in Mayberry, and everything's all hunky-dory, and everything is perfect. But in all actuality, Mount Airy, North Carolina, where Mayberry is based on, which is my hometown, and the birthplace of Andy Griffith, we are actually known as Little Chicago. Way back in the day, when the moonshiners were running rampant in the area, there was a whole lot of gang wars and things that were happening right here in small town America, Mount Airy, North Carolina. And we're going to be bringing in my husband, Mark Brown, can kind of talk about all this stuff on our next episode, because he is, believe it or not, one of our local historians at our local museum. He works on their displays and stuff like that too. He does a lot of their design work, but he also wrote, Willie's waving at you. He also wrote a lot of our ghost stories and things. So there's a Haunted Mayberry tour that he did, but he did write quite a bit about the Little Chicago. And so I can't wait to bring him on here and talk about that, because everyone thinks Mount Airy, North Carolina, and they think Mayberry, but they don't actually realize that there is always a darker side.
Well, then I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to your half. By the way, on my end of things, guys, I'll be looking to create content for this channel. I am currently working on great bouts of escapism during economic hard time, to say the least. I didn't want to use the Great Depression because it's a very generic title, but it might be. I'm still writing it. Anyway, the point is.
As he says this to the person who is the writer.
Yes. Well, we all have our talents, and I am admitting I'm lacking in that. But I'm writing it, and long story short, I'll be going over theater plays during the Great Depression, theater plays during times of war. Basically, what were the theater plays during... What did Americans do to entertain themselves during the worst times, or at least the prospective worst times in history? What did they do? What were the plays about? How did it move and influence people? What did people take from that? And it is a huge undertaking, and I'm super happy that I decided to do this. But man, it's like when you start a project, you think you barely know anything, and then you realize you really don't know anything. So that'll be one of the projects that we'll be making, or at least I will be making in the future with the help of my writer friend, if she has the time, but she is already so incredibly busy. So, but with
I'll
that,
make
guys,
the time. It sounds interesting. I'm curious.
My take on it's going to be, like, it's going to be a documentary-style take, but it's definitely going to be a unique take. This is not going to be some Discovery Channel plain voice take. This is going to be, you visit the bank, you take your family for a show. I won't give the spoiler away, but now the entire country has been turned upside down before there was ever computers, and you're now aware of this. And you happen to ask yourself, what's playing at the local? And there's more to it, but I really don't want to spoil it because it is such a huge undertaking that the surprise for me will be to see how people watch it. But with that, I think we've gone over everything.
I think we have, and you're just going to have to wait for the next one to learn about what a card party is, but I can tell you they're fun.
And by the way, if you'd like to learn about a card party before our next episode will actually be coming out very, very soon. Episode 3 will be coming out very, very soon. We have to finish production on episode 2. But if you want to go to a card party before episode 3, where can they find that card party?
They're going to find it at 2 different locations. They're going to find it, one location. We're going to have it at Incendiary Brewing for Murderous Monday on February the 9th at Incendiary Brewing in downtown Winston-Salem.
All right. So, again, if you happen to be in the tri-state area or just anywhere nearby and you want to go to a card party, meet some local singles, meet some local not singles, meet some well-adjusted and not adjusted people, have a drink, don't drink if you're not drinking, dress nice, be sociable.
Especially if you like stout beer, because Incendiary has the best stout beer.
Right. And again, I think it was Incendiary. Beer's so good, you could write about murder.
I did. Shades of Lies.
I've got to work on that joke. See, the thing is, she knows I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm selling right now. But with that, guys, it has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Really,
I
this
enjoyed
production,
this.
I've really enjoyed joining you and the team, just building this together. It's nice to meet people that just want to work hard on something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, guys, if there's anything else, we'll definitely be telling you. This episode will be coming out really soon. Prepare for episode 3. And also, because we are not sponsored, again, if you wish to sponsor our content, feel free to get in contact with us in the DMs. By the way, if you want to see a local channel improve, feel free to click the like button, the heart button, whatever button that you see down there inside of the doobly-doo of the social media that you're with. And just remember that every single click, whether it be criticism, whether it be praise, whether it be gibberish.
Or questions. We love questions.
Yes. Or even how to get involved.
Yes.
We will answer. We read everything that you guys send us. We will answer absolutely everything. And every single click, every single involvement takes us one step closer to making this a full-time production. So thank you guys.
Absolutely. And if you're a local theater, art gallery, what have you, somebody that's doing a fundraiser that has to do with the arts, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and let us know about it. We'll be glad to share that information, whether it's on the podcast live or on the JJ Brown Productions social media outlets. Any way we can help, because that's our biggest goal, is we want to support you because you all have supported us. So thank you very much.
Yes. We'll even bring our production stuff over to you just so we can help you and even interview you, because again, even whether I see a play or not or wherever I go, I always want to interview the people that I'm there with.
Absolutely.
They just got done acting, so I don't want to drive them nuts. So with that, guys, I'd say good night. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you for episode 3 very soon, and spread this wherever you have social media.
Absolutely. Good night, everyone. Have a murderous evening.
Catch you guys later. Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Stabby.
Yes. Miss Girl.